All right, it's the morning show at East Coast of M. We'll be talking about should the Irish pubs be given some sort of a UNESCO status of being uniquely Irish, the real Irish pub. We'll be hearing about that. In the meantime, a social worker has shared a story of drugs, crime and depression to press home the impact of housing and rehabilitation charity Tiglin's partnership with Southeast Technological University, as the organisation is prepared to host an event in Greystones to celebrate the real opportunities that collaboration provides for people in need. We'll have a chat with Dean Hallion, who is now one of Tiglin's social workers. He grew up in Dublin's inner city, a social housing complex, and he says he grew up in a dysfunctional family. Dean, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well done on the work you do there in Tiglin. Let's start with you and tell us about your childhood.
Yeah, so I would have grown up in South Inner City in Dublin. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, a lot of unemployment. I would have seen stuff that the everyday person wouldn't have seen. I've seen my father get taken away for long periods of time, coming back and happen over and over again. But like I was saying in the piece, this was the norm to me. It was happening around the area a lot. I done well in school growing up, I was well able, but I got to a stage there where got to an age of 14, 15 where I was drinking an awful lot, I didn't really have that much boundary, so I was able to do this, and I was kind of rebelling about stuff. I get in trouble with the police. I was in and out of St. Patrick's, which is a youth offenders institute over in the north side. I was in and out there a few times. When I was 18, then I was sent to an adult prison in Wheatfield. So this was just on a spiral. This was, of self-destruct. For years this happened, like I was in and out of prisons, right up until I came to Tiglin. Actually, before I came to Tiglin 3 years ago, I was only after getting out of custody, where I was after being in for, I think, 2 or 3 months. I came to Tiglin really broken, I did, yeah. I was after doing some other treatment centres in the past, like they were like 3-month courses, stuff like that and all. And they were good for the time, but I needed a longer time, to sort myself out, because like I said in the piece as well, like I was 20 years in and out of addiction and this kind of life, So I came to Tiglin and I really just left it all at the gate and just came in and started my journey,
Yeah, and the fact that you were in St. Pat's several times and also in Wheatfield, I mean, what's your view of detention and prison and the effect of it? Is it good or bad? I mean, the argument will be there's a lot of people, you've got to take them off the street because they continue to do what they're doing. But rehabilitation, how does it all work?
Yeah, so like I haven't been in prison now in a couple of years. There has been a few changes, but when I was there, it was just warehousing people. Really, a lot of times, like there is people that needed to be there, obviously, yeah. But there was a lot of time people were just broken, and they were on this spiral and in and out of institutions, and there was no real education. There was nothing for when they left prison. There was no rehabilitation. So people were back into hospitals, back on the streets, back into like homes that they didn't really want to be in. So it was just like a never-ending, like a vicious circle, And even in the adult prison was the same. People are just like, they do, like, I know fellas that done multiple years, 5, 6 years, do great in prison, done courses, but when they come to the end then, when they're left at the end, there's no supports really for them. They go to hospitals and they're back into that environment, and it's very, very hard to break that cycle. They are put back into the environment.
Yeah. We should think more about it and see, how to prevent it. Tell me about the work you're doing in Tiglin.
So I started off coming up to volunteer in Tiglin 2 years ago when I done the programme. I done the 9 months residential, then I went on to the aftercare. So the opportunity came up for me to come up and volunteer, because I knew the programme and this and that. So I came up anyway, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I was offered the opportunity to do courses to further me education on addiction. I've done an addiction studies course in Ballymun and Ballymun Youth Project. I enjoyed that very much. I passed that, and I came back, and then the opportunity then came to be a support staff. So I was offered the job as a support staff. I was doing that for I think 9 months, and the last year now I'm at to be doing key worker. So I'm working one-to-one with the lads. We're doing like, I'm sorting out their housing, medical cards, birth dates, assessments, aftercares, you know, the sort of counselling, legal issues thrown in as well, you know. It's just essential stuff for the lads moving forward, whatever they need, you know.
Well done, Dean. Tell us about the conference then.
Sorry?
Tell us about the event that's going to happen in Greystones.
Yeah, so the event is an event to celebrate, I think, the partnership with Set2. You know, I would have done the Set2 as well on the programme here. So that's the beauty as well. You're doing academic work when you're here as well. Something that you can't talk. Well, I've never done in any other treatment I was in. You do, like, people think, oh, academic work, that's not me. I was one of them people that would have thought that. But when I actually showed that I actually can do it. You know, I got great help with Susan Phillips, Carmel Bourne, the lecturers came up, the staff here as well. But, you know, people think, like, the academic side of things, I'm not able for that. I'm not, like, with the assignments and stuff like that. But when you do it and then you actually can't do it, it spurs you to think, like, I actually can do this. And for years I thought I couldn't do stuff like that. So it drives you to move forward and keep going forward, you know?
Yeah, and so the more people, it's finding the people and having them come forward. How do you do that?
Sorry, what people coming on?
Yeah, how do you find people who'd most, you know, who were the ones to mostly benefit from this?
Well, the people coming off, like, you know, they come in for residential treatment because they're coming from traumatic backgrounds, addiction, you know, stuff like that. So the opportunity is given to people for that, you know. It's on the programme. And the lads, like, there's 20 lads now who are at the moment sitting in the Set2 course. They do it on Mondays and Thursdays. And they're doing the same thing I done a couple of years ago. Not everyone will make it. That goes with it, yeah. But there will be some that will move forward and will be successful in this, you know.
Yeah, like yourself, Dean. Well done. Well done. Great to talk to you. You're very good to give us your time. Thanks very much indeed.
All right, thank you.
Good morning to you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.